In this lesson, we'll learn about path animation in Cinema 4D. Unlike Spline 2 position track in the timeline that records an object's position along a spline, we're also able to create path animation that constrains an object along that path, and then we have control over how that object will behave as it follows along that path. So we'll go ahead and take a look at that. Let's say we go ahead and create our path first. I'll head over to our side view. Go ahead and frame the ship, just pressing the H key. From there, just backing up our view, we'll use our cubic curve tool to create our path, and we'll have it loop around. Just to check out a common flip issue that we experience when doing path animation, and also Cinema 4D's great tool to correct those type of problems altogether. Alright, so at this point, what I'll go ahead and do is start to correct the arc of the path, just so it looks a little bit better. Alright, that should be fine. So to have this object travel along this trajectory, we need to work with the Cinema 4D tag. Let's go ahead and select our main body object, head over to Tags, Cinema 4D Tags, and choose Align to Spline. Now it's just a matter of taking our spline and dragging and dropping that into the spline path. You'll see that the position of the object is locked down to the path. Notice we cannot move this ship any longer. Its vector is locked down to the path. However, we do have full control to rotate this ship if we like. But let's go ahead and animate the ship along the path, and as we do, we'll notice something. That essentially the ship will not conform to the path just yet. So to animate the ship along the path, it's just a matter of going to the tag. On frame 0, and at 0%, we'll go ahead and record a key. Just control clicking the position. On frame 90, let's go ahead and set the position to 100%, bringing the ship to the end of the path, and we'll record another key. Alright, so as we hit play, we'll see that, yes, the ship's position is moving along the path, but the orientation is not. So I'll show you how to fix that. Firstly, I'd also like to show you this. As the ship is constrained to the path, yes, we can't move the ship's position, but we can freely go in and move the path anywhere we'd like. And of course, you can go in and modify the path if you need to. So you still have that control. Alright, so to have the ship follow the flow of the path and its orientation, heading back over to our tag, we'll need to check on tangential. Now, as we hit play, we'll find that the ship is going to conform to the path. We have a few issues. One, you can see that the ship's going in reverse. I'll show you how to correct that. Also, notice the flipping that we're getting. And to see this clearly, if I were to go ahead and select the ship, using our move tool, as we hit play, you can see how the axis flips. So again, this is a common problem with path animation. So I'll show you how to correct that. It's a really fun tool. Well, firstly, let's have the ship go in the right direction. A way to fix this is to select your spline and head over to Structure, Edit Spline, and choose Reverse Sequence, which is going to reverse your curve. Now, the last step is to switch our keys around. So I'm going to go ahead and take this key on frame 90. I want to bring it to frame 0, but for right now, I'll have it rest on frame around 15 or so, just so we can very easily take the key on frame 0 and bring that to 90. And now we can bring the key on 15 to 0. You see that the ship will follow in the right direction. But again, that doesn't solve our flip issue. So how are we going to do that? Well, Cinema 4D has a wonderful tool called the rail spline that essentially creates what we would find on a roller coaster, creating another spline that would act as a rail, so that we can go ahead and avoid that type of flipping problem that we get and the orientation of the object that travels along this trajectory. So to create this, it's actually very simple. All we need to do is clone our path. Once the path is cloned, we'll go ahead and move this over to the side, almost creating a rail. Again, like what we'd see in a roller coaster. Then it's just a matter of going to our tag and dragging and dropping that spline into the rail path. Now watch this. As the object travels along the path, there's going to be no more flipping altogether. No more flipping at all.